Hello everybody, welcome to Strong Together Fitness. This is our podcast number 3. I'm Coach Mike. Behind me you'll see Coach Christine, and then we have a very special guest we're going to introduce you to. We hope you stick around. She's got a great story and I think you could learn a lot. Thanks. We're here with, our very special guest who we led you into before is our very own Stephanie.
Hi guys.
Vasily, not Vasile. Yeah, we said Vasile for a long time. Yeah, Vasily, yeah. Vasil. So, Steph, this is our first podcast over here at Hackettstown, and we thought you'd be a great guest to start with. You've been here for quite some time. Yep. And so why don't we start with just kind of an introduction of you. So I guess if you want to give us some of the basics, and then we'll just run with it.
Well, I had Logan like 5 years ago. Pretty much 5 years ago.
So you're a mom of 2.
Mom of 2. I have a 7-month-old and a 5-year-old. And I think it took me about a year after having Logan. Friends were coming here. I was coming for guest days, and Mike called me, asked me how much I liked it, and then I was like, well, I'm going to come back for another guest day, and another. I came for a few, and then I finally decided to join August. So it'll be 4 years in August, and then after that, it took me a little while to convinced my husband Bob to join, maybe about a year. He came to some guest days also, which are great because you get a feel for what CrossFit's really like. And then we've been here ever since. We love it.
Bob started a year
after. About
yeah,
a year
he was
after
a while
me.
after.
Well, he was like a bro. Okay. You know, he liked the gym.
I kept talking to him, and he's like, yeah, you know, like I go to the gym, I go to, what was he going to, Gibson's or something?
Yeah,
probably.
anytime, I think.
Yeah,
Washington.
And then I remember one of his first 101s, we did, this is back when we had like 6 classes, we did bench press and something else. And he was like, oh, okay, like I can do this.
Yeah.
This is what it's all about. Yeah. And like the next day, I think was like thrusters and jump rope or something, and he hated it.
Oh yeah. Well, his first actual class he did front squats, and I remember like him going through like 3 of them, like during the WOD. It wasn't like the strength, it was the WOD. And Jess went over to him and she's just like, okay, that's too much. Like it was too much for him, but you know, at a regular gym, that's what he would have done.
Yeah.
So what's your background? Let's go back. So where'd you grow up? What kind of stuff were you into as a kid? And
well, I grew up in Belvedere. And I wasn't very active. I mean, I did soccer until like I graduated 8th grade.
I think everybody did.
Yeah, soccer. And then in high school, I just had a lot of fun. We'll leave it at that. And then in college, same thing. I went to Warren County Community College, and then I think I started doing like Jillian Michaels, you know, the 30-day shred, and Bob was getting into fitness a lot too, so we do home workouts. Then we joined Gibson's, and it just kind of went from there. Like I never ran a 5K, I never, you know, did anything exercise related for fun. It was because I had to, I needed to, and now this is fun, my fun. For sure.
Cool.
Yeah.
What about Bob? Was he like active into sports, that kind of thing, or not really?
In high school? Well, we both went to the same high school. I graduated 3 years before him. But no, in high school, Bob was, what do we like to call him? Chicken legs and...
No, I believe he calls himself an orange on a toothpick.
An orange on a
toothpick.
Yeah, he was very round, but he had really skinny legs. And then when we started dating, he lost a ton of weight, and he was super skinny. Like,
actually the opposite of that.
Scary skinny.
You start dating someone, you start gaining.
Well, I cooked very good meals for him, and it wasn't takeout all the time. And then he just got super skinny, like obsessed with just weight loss and not exercising. So neither of us were like sports, fitness kind of people until more now than ever.
What got you guys like? I mean, what started the fitness journey to begin with? Like, were you guys just?
Well, I was pretty overweight and not happy, and I was actually considering getting the weight loss surgery, like the lap band surgery. And I went through every step to get it done. Like I went and talked to a psychologist, I had physicals, I went to see a cardiologist, everything. And then like a week before my actual surgery, the doc called me and my insurance wouldn't cover it. So I was like devastated because I thought this was like my way to lose the weight that I needed to lose because I didn't like exercising. But it was almost a blessing in disguise because then Bob and I joined Gibson's right after that, the both of us did, because I was so upset and we needed to do something. And Nicole, my girlfriend Nicole, was going to Gibson's, so again, that was easy for me to start going there. And then we were getting ready for our wedding. We got engaged and we were going to Jamaica for our honeymoon, and we both wanted to feel good and stuff like that, so we started going to Gibson's. So that was that.
How did it go? Where did you come from as far as like what results did you see, and like were you moving in the right direction or like?
Yeah, I liked Gibson's. I saw a trainer. I would see him a couple times a week. He was really invested in me. He would see me extra, like, and it was going really well, and I liked it. I did like they did the Biggest Loser there. I got second place. It just got really repetitive, and I liked it, but it just wasn't something that I strived to go do. Like I didn't wake up and wanting to go to the gym. So I got pregnant with Logan, and I was super sick my whole pregnancy. I was very throwing up. I was working full time then too, so I was working and pregnant and sick and tired, and I just stopped going to the gym. And then through my pregnancy, I gained like 40 pounds with him, and then
it's not atypical. That's typical. 35,
right, but I was already
so.
overweight. I wasn't at a healthy weight to get pregnant.
Gotcha. Okay.
So gaining another 40 pounds wasn't ideal for me. They said about 25 pounds is a good thing. But I'm not gonna lie, I ate donuts and bagels every day. The only thing that made me happy was raisin bagel. Like that's what settled my stomach. So I ate it, and I ate McDonald's, and I never eat McDonald's. I didn't eat McDonald's before I was pregnant. Like I ate what I wanted, and I didn't care. And then after we had him, Bob and I joined Anytime Fitness in Washington, and that's right around when Nicole was coming here, and I started showing up for guest days.
Gotta love guest days.
I did.
You can put them on your calendar every month and come in, no cost, and get to work out.
And that was the best thing is like I got a feel for what it was, because I remember coming for my first guest day. I was so nervous, like I didn't want to come, like she really had to convince me. I was super nervous because it was intimidating to me because of what I've only heard of CrossFit, not of what I was going to be doing, like pull-ups, like absolutely not, like running, all the time, like absolutely not, like I didn't want to do it. But then I just really started enjoying the guest days, and I joined here a couple days a week, but I still went to Anytime, and I was doing like some of the WODs in like the back room there, and then I was just like, I had to make the cut of Anytime, and I started coming here unlimited, so I could come when I want. Yeah.
I was super skeptical of CrossFit before I even started. I think a lot of people are, because it's not now it is, but before, years ago, it wasn't like the norm. It was some People thought it was a fad. It was really crazy. It's totally not.
What do you think about, and I don't want to talk about like the gym a whole lot, but I think it's important in your journey. What do you think, what do you think kind of made you comfortable or made you, from doing guest days, what was it that was like, all right, like I think I could actually do this? And because obviously you were nervous, you were scared. That's like 95% of the time, that's what we hear people say when they come in before they decide to even try a class or sign up or whatever. What do you think made it easier for you?
Well, I mean, first of all, the people. The first guest day that I came in, everybody was just so nice. Like it made you feel comfortable.
Do you remember who your coach was?
That was probably Mike.
Yeah.
I think Mike. Or it was Mike.
Wow, that's really good then.
No, I remember Mike's coaching. In a good way. And then, the people, and then the coaching, and then the modifications that I could do, from push-ups to, the pull-ups or cutting back the running if it was too much, or I even remember my first actual WOD, which is so funny that I remember. Yeah, it was, Trisha, it was a Saturday, Trisha was the coach, and it was the running, the 400 meters, the wall balls, and the box jumps, like whatever that.
Yeah,
it was like
I don't remember which one that's called, but I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, so I cut that down. Like I did half the reps for everything for my first WOD. So that's what it was.
And I'm sure you still got, the same
Oh my God, I was dying.
next year.
Yeah.
How old was Logan when you came here for like your first WOD or first signed up,
I think he was like a year and a few months, because I started in August and he was born in April, so.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So you were about like a year postpartum, post-delivery, everything, and what was that like? I mean, was your body ready to exercise? Was it like not ready? Did you feel like you were still nervous, scared? Like how was it transitioning from just having a baby? Because obviously we have a lot of moms in here, so I think it's interesting to hear like. Some moms go into the hospital and having just gone through this whole process, the doctors are like, all right, if you're not working out now, don't work out during your pregnancy. After you're done, like we got to be really careful. 6 weeks after, we'll talk about it. How was that, like coming from not a huge exercise background, right? I mean, you were going to the gym, you were doing some stuff with Bob, but then had a baby, and then getting into like your first real exercise program, not real, but first, I guess, intensive one after about a year after having a baby.
I didn't have any issues with my labor and delivery with Logan, so I think that helped a lot. I mean, not exercising previously, that was a big hurdle for me. But as far as like my body handling any kind of movements or anything, I wasn't really concerned for like post-pregnancy how my body was going to feel from working out. And it was also a year, unlike Connor, who I came back like the day after my 6-week checkup, which was a rude awakening for myself, being out 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Because I worked out here until it was a Thursday I worked out, and then I had him on a Sunday. So I was here up until the end of my pregnancy.
So timeline, a year after Logan started here, right? And then how long before Connor?
3 years.
So about 3 years of consistent exercise. Like you said in the beginning, it was like a couple days a week, and then eventually started coming up unlimited.
And then 5 days a week.
And then basically worked out all through your pregnancy, right?
Yeah. I worked out even like first trimester. I was still very sick. Christine can vouch for me. I would work out, and then my first stop was the bathroom because I would go throw up. And it wasn't because of the working out. It was just because that's what it was. The pregnancy. It was my morning sickness, and if I didn't come and work out, I would feel a lot worse sitting at home because I was so used to the exercise. I feel like I felt more nauseous and more sick not coming in every morning than I did working out, doing my thing in the bathroom, and then I would even in between, like in the middle of the workout, sometimes run into the bathroom and then come back out and finish. because it made me feel, I needed to get it out. It wasn't that. Yeah, sorry.
What was it like going from, like, again, 3 years of like exercise, and then all of a sudden you're pregnant, and the last pregnancy it was like, all right, I'm pregnant, let's just shut everything down, and I'm not doing anything. And now it's like, it was still part of your routine, and you still were able to kind of, do you feel like, and again, I'm not trying to like, it's just more a testament to exercise, but do you feel like exercising during pregnancy helped, made it any easier or more fun, or?
100%. I mean, when I got pregnant with Connor, because I was here for 3 years already, I was starting out my pregnancy at such a better place than I was when I got pregnant with Logan. I felt the best I've ever felt while I was here, before I got pregnant with Connor. I was feeling really good. I was feeling good about my workouts. I was getting push-ups, not a lot of push-ups, but I was still getting actual push-ups, not on my knees. Like, I was there. So when I got pregnant with him, it just was a smoother transition into continuing with working out. My doctors knew I did CrossFit. They were all for it, supportive. I gained 25 pounds with Connor, and it was just a lot different, in a good way. I felt a lot better pregnant-wise. Like, every pregnancy is different, but with Logan, like, I got big all over, which is, every woman's body's different. It doesn't matter. But with Connor, like, it all came out here. You know what I mean? Like, I was just like this. And
seeing you like behind, you could tell you were pregnant. Turn to the side and
there it is. Yeah. There's Connor in there.
Oh, what about coming back after? So, like you said, coming back after Logan or starting here, it was kind of easier. Maybe like your expectations weren't as high. And then you feel really, really good, and then you get pregnant. You're really excited about that. Go through your journey there, and then you come back 6 weeks to the day after. How did that?
It was really hard. I think that one of the first workouts was a 2-mile run, so that like kicked my butt. Or like I had to do, it was back squats in the workout, and I put like 55 pounds on the bar, and I couldn't even do it. Like I had to drop the bar, so it was just like getting my body back to being used to working out. You know what I mean? Because 6 weeks off isn't a long time, but it is a long time. And then after having a baby, and you're still healing, and I'm still working on my core strength and stuff like that to do the actual workouts again the correct way.
So you're 7-ish, 8 months? 7 months post Connor. Cool. And what was your experience like in 3 years without pregnancy? So like in those 3 years in the middle, what I know you said you felt better, but like, the things that you were going for when you joined a regular gym, or like you started working out, you were talking about, weight loss surgery and stuff like that. What happened? Was it good, bad? Did you move in the right direction?
I was going, like, in the beginning, like, the working out started, maybe not the healthier eating. So the workouts, just getting to, I remember coming in and it was like a blackout workout. Like, you wouldn't post what the vlog was the night before. And it was a 5K. And I've never ran a 5K. And I remember Jess driving down, because she was coaching that day, like driving to check on us. And like, I had to walk a little bit of it, and then I signed up for a random 5K, which I don't think I would ever have done in the past. Yeah, I did. It was the River Ramble. I haven't done another one since, except if it was here, because I just don't like running, but I will do it, and I make myself come and do the running watch just to do them. But then I did the paleo challenge. That one was really hard for me. It was too broad for my liking. And then the all out started, and that's what really kicked it in for me. I started doing the all out classes and the diet,
the meal plan.
The meal plan. Yeah. It was like a 6-week challenge that I signed up for, and that meal plan did it. That was the best Weight Watchers, Atkins, low carb, keto, that meal plan was what really helped me lose a lot of weight. Like it really did, and I was feeling really, really good. And that was all right before I had Connor. Like a good, like almost 6 months to a year. When Bob and I were really talking about getting pregnant again, I wanted to feel good at the start of my pregnancy. So losing all that weight, I think I lost, well, since I started here, I mean, gosh, I think I've lost about like 60 pounds. I mean, and then I've gained some, and I'm still trying to lose my baby weight from Connor. That it's been a bit of a struggle right now, but I'm getting there.
Yeah.
You know, I'm feeling better with my workouts now again and stuff like that. So it's just getting over that hump of the pregnancy.
So you put like a good 6 months to a year into that meal plan, and you were taking probably some of the all-outs, some of the WODs, kind of going back and forth.
Yeah.
And so for those of you guys that don't know, we have two different types of classes. We have the CrossFit class that we've talked a lot about, and that's all we had when you started. And then a few years into you being here, we added a second type of class, which I know we don't have a ton of time left. We want to keep our viewers interested in here. But what do you think attracted you to those all-out classes? What was the feel and what was the difference? Because I know a lot of people, they see what they see on YouTube and on Facebook, and it's like, oh, I see these guys doing these crazy things from rings and throwing these heavy barbells over their head, and that's not everything that we do.
Well, the all-out classes is for everybody. Like if you wadded.
It's a verb. What is that?
It's a CrossFit logo.
It's a term.
Wadded. If you've done the workouts, the regular CrossFit workouts for 5 years, and then you still want to do the all-outs, you can, it doesn't matter. So, and the all-outs kick my butt. Like they are high-intensity cardio workouts that, you're working out for, if it's a straight 20 minutes, half hour, 45 minutes, whatever it is, or running the 2 miles like we do in the regular CrossFit classes, it kicks my butt every time I do one. They always are hard, no matter what. In a good way though. Like, I think the weight you choose, and you decide how hard you want it to be in your all-out class.
Yeah.
So
Intensity. It's all up to you.
So the combination of that and finding a meal plan that actually you were able to follow.
Right.
Real quick, I guess like you said, Weight Watchers, Atkins, you've done basically everything. What about that specific meal plan was just, I guess, better? What worked for you? What made it click?
Well, there wasn't limitations. Like I could still have carbohydrates certain times of the day, and then my treat, because I could only have fat with my dinner, was I didn't use olive oil on anything. I didn't, have an avocado. I ate peanut butter. Like 2 tablespoons weighed out, 32 grams of peanut butter every single night, and that's what I would have right after my dinner. So it was just like I had brown rice with my lunch. I had banana in the morning with I usually would do a smoothie or eggs or something, egg whites. And it just being able to eat healthy but eat good food too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So it was,
chicken.
It was relatively normal food.
Yeah.
It wasn't as restrictive as some of the stuff you've seen before.
Right. Like no carbs, like no, bagels or pasta, but you could have pasta on the challenge.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You don't eat bagels, or bacon. Just saying, you can't have bacon.
So kind of bringing it in for a landing. So you went like full. You went like a year, 6 months or so, kind of prepping almost for pregnancy, right? It was like you lost a bunch of weight. It sounds like you got consistent. You found, tried some of the all-out classes to kind of shake things up a little bit. Went through a pregnancy. You said it felt a lot smoother, and now I forget what my question was. I guess I think I was just recapping. But so yeah, I'm totally blanking on now what I wanted to say. So
well, after my pregnancy and coming back now, I keep having to tell myself that it's only been 7 months. Like they say it takes 9 months to get pregnant, or nine months to cook a baby. Not to get pregnant. It can take as long as you want.
A lot less time than that.
But it's just getting back on the horse and being consistent. And I might have went on a little bender, like of alcohol after I had Connor, and you know what I mean, like things that you miss out on being pregnant. But I'm getting there, and I feel good, and
You have the mentality.
yeah, like I was here yesterday doing 80 burpees in a 4,000 meter row, and I did it.
But
and
you probably never would have even, not that you couldn't do it before, but you never would have done
Never.
it. If you saw that on the
Absolutely not.
whiteboard, you would have probably not come in that day.
No, and that's the one thing is like I make myself come to the watts that I don't want to do. Like the ones that I know are going to be the hardest for me. Like I hate burpees. Rowing is just rowing, and I just make myself do it.
Yeah, that was going to be my question, is kind of recapping everything now. Like you went through some of that nutrition that you found to be beneficial, and like you've done a lot mentally, physically, you've been through a ton, kind of the whole full circle that a lot of people have seen, whether it's losing weight, getting stronger, then you have a baby, now you've got more weight to lose, and so you've been up and down. What do you think keeps you moving forward? Have you, is it easier now that you've seen it, been there, done that, and does it make it more realistic or easier for you to not just fall off? You know what I mean? Because some people hit a roadblock, and it's like if they've never found anything that works, or they've never had any struggle, or they've never had, whether it's an injury or a pregnancy or whatever, the first roadblock is like, all right, that's it. Like I'm just going to stop working out, and then we never see them again. And a year down the road, I see someone in ShopRite, and it's like they look exactly the way they did before they came to us. You know what I mean? Why do you think you've been able to kind of keep moving, or find that balance to stay moving in the right direction, even if it takes a little bit of time sometimes?
Well, I look at like pictures before I got pregnant, New Year's last year or something like that, and I remember how I felt. Where like I was the athlete of the month right before I got pregnant, so that is sitting on my fridge for me to look at every day. Like I felt my best, and I felt great here, and I was like advancing in my own skills. Do I ever think I'm going to do a muscle up? Probably not, but I know that like one day I do want to do consistent push-ups or things like that, and I missed everybody, and I love coming here and seeing my friends, and the family that I made here is a big push to come back every day, and I want to feel like I did before I got pregnant. And I know that between this and my nutrition that I can do that again. So
I think for a lot of people, they're scared of what they could actually do, or because they've never gotten to a certain point, they don't know that that's possible. So it's like for you, like all you knew before this was like, all right, I worked out at Gibson's, I worked with a trainer, like I saw some results, but like it wasn't quite where I wanted to be yet.
I never felt as good as I felt last year. Like that was the best I've ever felt ever in my 34 and close to 35 years. So that's just it's in my head, and I need to get back there, and that's goals. Hashtag goals. So
it's awesome. Well, obviously we're so glad that you're part of this community. You, Bob, and the boys are obviously a huge piece of everything that goes on in here. We get to hang out with them a lot, celebrate birthdays and all sorts of stuff. So like, it's been a lot of fun. We look forward to you getting back to not only where you were, but even farther. Because I know the way you were working and the way you were, committed, and how hard it,
no more babies.
No more babies.
So I don't have any roadblocks anymore.
Connor roadblock.
He's gonna watch this when he's older.
Oh, love you, Connor.
I think a lot of people can really learn from your story. I think not only moms, but even plenty of guys out there who have tried certain things, whether it's a diet or an exercise program, or even looked into medical procedures, things like that. Like a lot of people have been where you've been, and I'm not saying CrossFit is the best thing for everybody, even though I kind of know it is. But it's more about finding something that you enjoy doing. Right? You did it with your family. You had people keep you accountable, and like you said, it was a challenge. Like, I think mentally you were ready to push yourself in it. So I think that's the last kind of hurdle that people typically have to get over is like, am I ready to commit to something?
Right.
And you basically, I think that turning point for you was, it was like the surgery not working out, right? And as you started moving, and then all of a sudden it was like you tried a class and felt that you could do it, that little taste of success, I guess, or that at least that like you could manage it. It wasn't as scary as you thought.
Right.
And that kind of pushed you over the hump, right?
I agree. Yep. And then my family, like Bob coming with me, like that's like our time that we spent together. His schedule's crazy, home life's crazy. Doing it with him is a great part of it too.
Except when he distracts you.
Oh yeah.
Thank you so much for taking the time to sit down with us and sharing your story. I know it'll help somebody out there for sure. And I look forward to the summer.
Yeah.
Beach time. Getting ready, shred down.